Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We are here to share with you Autodesk's approach to digital project delivery and how it can benefit AEC teams. It's going to be a higher level look to review the cloud-based tools in general and to help you manage your design models and data, reduce rework, and deliver projects faster. After we're done, my goal is for you to have a better understanding for the reasons behind this approach that will improve the results of your projects. We want to improve the collaboration and the communication between our teams. We want to improve on the workflows used inside our design software for better outcomes outside the software. We also want to extend the reach of those processes and data to include additional sources from the GIS environment. During this presentation, we will answer the following questions. What is digital project delivery? How is it enabled? And what does it mean? Why should Autodesk customers care? What are the benefits of this workflow? Which industries should pay attention to it? Which Autodesk products can be used in digital project delivery? What are the security concerns? And then we'll wrap up with some Q&A. Okay, let's dive in. What is digital project delivery? Autodesk defines digital project delivery as a cloud-based collaboration process for building and infrastructure projects that close gaps between disciplines and data. What exactly does that mean? To answer this question, let's take a moment to revisit the traditional environment. In a traditional data environment, the one many of you may still be using today, collaborators are moving information and data across multiple channels of communication. Oftentimes, the same data is communicated more than once due to the fragmented channels. Incorrect or outdated information is also communicated, which can lead to time delays, decreases in productivity, mistakes, missed deadlines, and even impacts to project budgets. In a common data environment, all collaborators access the one and only source of information to interact with up-to-date data and models from plan, design, construction, and operations. Here, people and data are united, opening the door to more integrated workflows and automation. These workflows include the software products used to author and share the designs. Within the common data environment, each team can still work in a manner to which they are accustomed using the appropriate authoring tools. Construction teams and other stakeholders can leverage this data because of the single source of truth. And because each team controls the access to their data, the data can still be shared with the right people at the right time and in the right manner. In the traditional siloed approach, it has been found that 68% of project data gets wasted because it is disconnected. Data created in the earlier phases is not available to downstream collaborators. Meanwhile, information relevant for operations is buried in disorganized documents. Because data starts out disconnected, we spend about 29% of our time hunting for relevant data. Handoffs often include static information. Documents and models are created, and each stakeholder recreates a lot of data along the way. Files don't work with each other. Changes are shared by phone and email. Your teams end up spending more than a quarter of their week just digging for data. And even when you find it, you must ask yourself if you can trust it. As a result of data waste and the time wasted working with the data, 92% of projects end up over budget, over schedule, or both. I think this right here is what it means to work in a collaborative common data environment and why we should be doing it. Why should Autodesk customers care about digital project delivery? First, it allows you to move the right data at the right time to the right people for greater efficiency. Instead of static process handoffs, now you can design in parallel with other collaborators. You can maximize your talent pool by assigning resources regardless of their location, knowing they're always working with the latest data. You can reduce file conversions, data loss, and time spent digging for data. Why else should we care? Well, in simplest terms, so that we can reduce numbers like these. When we work with data, we want to be able to trust that it's accurate and up to date. We want to be able to finish our work on time and deliver it with quality. And we want to provide ready access to those who need it while keeping the risk to a minimum. What are the benefits of digital project delivery? The solution isn't just another tool. It's an improved way of working from plan to design to construct to operate. It's a process for building and infrastructure projects that connects people, their data, and workflows in a common data environment across the project lifecycle. Centralizing data from multiple sources ensures that all stakeholders can access the right information in the right format when they need it. Each stakeholder controls their own data while also working with the broader project team on shared models and plans. This environment gives you the best of both worlds: control for risk mitigation and collaboration for efficiency. With digital project delivery, you can centralize a vast range of data. You can connect it in a common data environment that's open and flexible. You can enable interoperability between Autodesk and other tools. Each stakeholder can collaborate across the project team with data flowing in many directions at once, or many directions at one single time. Everyone has greater visibility across project phases, allowing you to coordinate models and optimize your designs for form and function, as well as cost, schedule, and labor. Connected data also gives you a comprehensive view of your project so you can assess trends and patterns in the data, and you can standardize it. Speaking of standardization, the Construction Cloud conforms to ISO 19650. A guide has been made available on the subject, which covers how this standard applies to building information modeling and the common data environment. It addresses how Autodesk tools can support organization with standards adoption, concepts and principles, the delivery and operational phases of assets, information exchange, security, and health and safety. This guide is available on Autodesk's website, but if you have any trouble locating it, let us know and we can provide it to you. What industries should pay attention to digital project delivery? A lot of companies in the AEC sector are already taking advantage of the Construction Cloud, and more are adopting it every day. Many of these are multidiscipline firms that include architects, mechanical designers and engineers, MEP contractors, civil and infrastructure firms, telecom, fire protection, process piping, etc. Other industries that are benefiting are engineering service providers, as well as procurement and construction. These companies are more in the industrial sector, but as time goes on, we are seeing more overlap between their projects and the traditional building projects. We are also seeing more overlap with manufacturing companies who provide 3D content to the other firms so that designers can include their products in the designs without having to recreate anything from scratch. So which Autodesk products can be used? Many of you may already be using one or more Autodesk products. There is a very good chance that they are compatible with the Construction Cloud. Some are authoring tools, some are cloud services, and others are a result of partnerships that Autodesk has made. If you're already using an Autodesk software product, there's a high chance it is listed right here. Tools such as Revit, Plant 3D, Civil 3D, Recap, and InfraWorks. You may even be using regular AutoCAD, which also works well with the Autodesk Construction Cloud like the others. The Construction Cloud is not limited to only Autodesk file formats. The platform can handle the most popular ones, such as PDF and other document formats. The entry point for this common data environment is Autodesk Docs, and it is very likely that it will handle file types from most, if not all, of the desktop applications that you are currently using. The cloud products and services are also listed here. These include Autodesk Docs, BIM Collaborate and Collaborate Pro, the new Content Catalog, Build, and Takeoff. These services extend what normally takes place inside the authoring tool so that extended teams can take advantage of the design information and use it for document control, coordination, construction management, and even bidding and risk management. Because the Autodesk Construction Cloud handles other types of files, your staffs can continue using the desktop applications with which they are used to using. This will ultimately allow collaborators to leverage all the data from all sources in one place. Also, those individuals do not have to be a user of any of the Autodesk authoring tools to take advantage of the Construction Cloud. There are a few other cloud services that are not mentioned here. For the complete list, visit autodesk.com. There is one partnership worth mentioning here between Autodesk and Esri. BIM data is not the only type that matters in AEC projects. Those of you that work in the infrastructure sector using GIS data are now able to use BIM data more seamlessly and vice versa. This partnership is paving the way for a new ArcGIS connector that can be plugged into authoring tools such as Revit and Civil 3D. Bringing these two data sources together is going to accomplish a number of things. For instance, no more manual import and export of CAD data or GIS data, earlier access and more accurate presentation of building information, both of which will help tremendously with planning, preliminary engineering, design, and operations. Integrating GIS and BIM is expected to result in accelerated project timelines, reduced costs, and more resilient infrastructures. What are the security concerns? This is a question that may have been preventing some companies from adopting the cloud. Quite often, we get asked by our customers about data security in the cloud. We understand that many of you are required to adhere to certain regulatory requirements that may have been preventing you from adopting the Autodesk Construction Cloud. Autodesk is committed to strong governance practices to protect customers' intellectual property. Hagerman is also committed to that and follows their direction. The Autodesk Construction Cloud is designed and built using best-in-class practices and is powered by Amazon Web Services, which is the world's leader in cloud infrastructure. All files uploaded to the Construction Cloud are encrypted and hosted by AWS using role-based access control methods that restrict privileges based on approval by your management. Your data is replicated between data centers in separate locations to prevent data loss or delay in service. Data is replicated within 15 minutes, and separate backups are taken on a daily basis. If there are any unplanned outages, Autodesk personnel are available around the clock and are always working to restore full access as soon as possible. Also, we have gotten questions regarding FedRAMP authorization. This is one that has prevented companies that do government projects from going to not only the Autodesk Construction Cloud, but possibly the cloud in general. Autodesk has obtained FedRAMP authorization at the moderate level for its government portfolio. Upon release, Autodesk for Government Solutions will enhance its ability to service AECO professionals working on government projects through the design collaboration and document management tools. For more information, you can visit the website shown here. There you will find an overview as well as Section 508 accessibility compliance within Autodesk products. You'll also have access to the partner locator, which includes Hagerman & Company, along with a list of special purchase programs for federal, state, and local governments within the U.S. This concludes the main portion of the presentation. As we wrap up, I'd like to make you aware of our resources that you can take advantage of. For self-help, you can visit the Hagerman Connection blog. There are a plethora of technical articles available for the Autodesk products. We also share on-demand webcasts here. You'll find all of those under the Resources tab at hagerman.com. We also have a customer-only area on our website called The Hub, and that contains even more content. For those of you who prefer using YouTube, you can visit our channel there. Lastly, when you have questions or need more customized assistance, don't hesitate to contact us for support and consulting.